We are.
We're live now.
In the corner. Okay, anybody watching, my phone number is 07930190410. Please call to let us know.
Welcome to JimBob's Music Massacre. Massacre. Wow. Yeah. It's pretty special.
Great, Jim. It's been a while since we were...
It's been too long.
Music Massacre.
It's sad that it takes a global pandemic to reunite us.
I know.
Got the amazing Callum McIntyre here again. One of our ever guests.
He's my magician alter ego. The amazing Callum McIntyre. I'm just the normal Callum McIntyre. The amazing.
Jim, we booked the wrong Callum McIntyre. We were meant to get the amazing Callum McIntyre for today.
He's been doing sort of a lot of kids' parties recently. And I've replaced him recently. So
is he still managing a first division football team?
The amazing Callum McIntyre.
Yeah.
Oh god, yeah. That was I imagine he still is. Is that somewhere in Scotland, Callum McIntyre, the first division?
Yeah, I don't know.
Was it not Leeds United? Are they in the first division?
No, mate, they're Premiership.
They've come up. They've really improved.
Yeah, they're
heard about it.
Oh, yeah, there's also a Callum McIntyre that is a child who's also doing music on YouTube. So he's my real competition.
Oh yeah, there is, isn't there? There's a musical and a kid. Yeah, he's really.
He's either doing music or he's doing comedy.
Yeah.
Or he's just doing music that's so bad it's hilarious.
He's doing comedy podcasts.
With a musical about music, about lyrics.
Yeah. So one issue that I had in setting up this podcast was the fact that when I scheduled it, I couldn't actually find any mention of it on any platform whatsoever. So I'm just going to go on to YouTube and see if this is pretty meta, but I'm going to see if I can see any mention.
Have a look on Facebook.
Oh yeah, it's live now. So if I click on that, can I watch us? Yeah.
I can see us live on Facebook.
Okay, so that's good. So that's all working.
We've got no people reached.
Sorry?
We've reached
No. I had absolutely no expectations that we wouldn't. Oh look, we've got a Gwen
loved it.
Saying, hi nerds. Thanks very much for watching, Gwen Hustwit.
Big up to Gwen Hustwit.
Gwen Hustwit, who throwback to, I think, season 1, episode 1, one of her misheardoids was Salt and Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Thanks for that, Gwen.
Which is subsequently become not a misheardoid because due to the pressure of that, they changed the official lyrics of that song.
Can't say that the viewers listen to their fans. They really do take notes, especially when there's only 2 of them alive.
So this is for anyone who is just joining us, or for anyone, but at least we know there's one person, Gwen. If you are watching this, please do send us a comment via Facebook or YouTube, because at least that way we know that it's not just us shouting into the void that is cyberspace. We know that Gwen's watching, but if anyone else wants to drop us a line, then please do.
Also, if you're not watching, also please leave us a comment and to let us know that you're not. That would be also really helpful.
Yeah, just before you click end broadcast,
That's
just
great.
send us a quick message.
Anybody who's watching this on JimBob's Music Massacre +1, we're not live to you guys, so don't enter the text-based competition that Jim's got set up.
We've got lined up. So obviously the premise of JimBob's Music Massacre was that we would convene, Bob would pick a song, I would pick a song, we would get together, and we wouldn't until the very day of meeting reveal each other's songs to one another. And so there was an element of spontaneity, certainly on one of our parts. Bob, I've actually got a song lined up for us to do today.
I've also got a song lined up for us today.
Wow. Okay, so this may.
I haven't
Oh,
this
okay.
time. No, this for the first time in the history of our lives. Jim is more prepped than I am.
I am indeed. So I'm going to just pull up the lyrics here, and I'll give you. Well, actually, I'll give a bit of backstory about the song afterwards. Oh, where is it?
While you're looking for that, when I was in the studio a few weeks with Jim, I had a little look at something I think you guys filmed many years ago. I think it was a trip. I think Jim was obviously the star of the film.
Well, Jim's always the star of any broadcast he's involved in.
You were the Spielberg, I guess, Bob, of that that sort of project.
The Harvey Weinstein, most people called me of that.
Right.
Is it too soon? Can we say that?
Let's.
Is that related to filmmaking?
That's what you kept saying to me when we were doing the edit, Jim. So
That's
you know,
true,
just
yeah.
keep saying it.
Yes, what Callum is referring to is the Munich video diary. Maybe we can feature some choice snippets of Bob and I as very as very stoned.
In the link up there, over there.
Gwen's just I think Gwen's getting muddled up on Facebook because she's texting someone else via us. So Sarah, if you're watching, hi Sarah.
No, I think Sarah might be watching as well.
So Sarah might be watching. So she's okay. So hi Sarah. Anyway,
Hi Sarah.
Let's do this first song, which I believe it was by a guy called Robert Palmer. I'm unsure of the surname. I'll check that in a minute. But without doing this to music, I'm just going to read it. Alone. Again. On a crowded plane. As the world flies by through my window pane. Caffeine-fueled thoughts fizz and pop in my brain, but my body flies by. So, for anyone who has just joined us,
Robert Palmer.
I don't know who was it. Was it Robert Palmer? There's Robert somebody.
Weinstein.
For the
Robbie Weinstein. That's it.
The premise of JimBob's Music Massacre is each week we pick a song and we go to town on the lyrics of the song, trying to understand. Sometimes I tend to pick songs which have got ludicrous lyrics. Bob tends to pick songs that the lyrics are all right, but he just sort of has an issue with them. And then we go to town on them, and Callum very kindly joins us on the piano, or sometimes another guest musician, and we play it live. So this is a song. We're unsure who it's by. Are we? Do we know who it's by?
Do you want to go down this route, Jim? Because you've written a lot more songs than I have. So
this is a song written by Bobby Massacado, although real name Robert Swift. So, I mean, just let's throw it open to begin with. Alone again on a crowded plane as the world flies by through my window pane. Caffeine-fueled thoughts fizz and pop in my brain, but my body flies by.
That's not the lyrics.
Well, I will be completely honest with you. I did struggle to recall. I haven't got them written down, and I did struggle to recall exactly what they were. So if you actually have your own lyrics, that would be great.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know,
Start us off again. I'm alone again on a crowded plane as the world flies by through a window pane. Caffeine-filled thoughts fizz and pop in my brain as the sun beats back at me from clouds bearing rain.
Oh,
Much better than what?
Yeah.
I did not. I had forgotten about that, but yeah, right. Okay, well, so I mean, Callum, you know, first time you've heard these lyrics. What I mean, have you got any issues with that so far? Is that?
I haven't got any issues with it. It's very descriptive. I think, you know, when you sent from hearing it when you said it, so it felt a bit incomplete. It felt like and you're waiting for something, and now Bobby Massacado has just come in and he's he's just completely he's completed it there with the actual lyrics, which is
I do.
It's like
I do have a copy of it, you know, Jim. Have you not? I've got a copy of a recording of it.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh dear God, I'm not sure I want to hear that. I don't think anyone wants to hear that. So the in joke here is basically this is a song written by Robert Swift, but was then turned into he wrote the lyrics and I turned it into a song, which I never actually played it live, and it never ever. I didn't think it ever recorded it either, but apparently.
Yeah, it's on my gym playlist. I love it. Not Jim Hustwit playlist. When I go
to the gym, yeah. Okay.
Oh, really?
But one thing I will say, I mean,
probably the most listened to song of yours ever written, Jim, because I listen to it maybe once a week. Like when I'm walking past the gym, it's my gym playlist that I walk. I listen to when I'm walking to the gym, and then decide not to go, have a coffee, a beer, come home. Playlist.
Watch that, yeah.
Do you put like a big beat to it? Because if it's a gym track, it feels a bit more like small song, a pumping tune.
A donk. It needs a donk, doesn't it?
Well, I like when I'm on the treadmill. I like to have a couple of slow starters. Just to get you going, and then because that's when you've got all your energy and everything, and then the pumping ones come in a bit later. Some of Jim's more electric catalogue when he went a bit sort of like
electric Jim.
Right. Yeah, when he went all Berghain, underground, Berlin.
Oh, hi. Got another message from Gwen. Hi, Kath. I don't know whether that's Gwen just sort of saying hi to Kath through me, or whether. But if Kath, hi, if you are watching, welcome. We're just.
Hi, Kath.
We're scrutinising the lyrics to one of the songs written by Robert Swift, the artist formerly known as Bobby Massacre. Alone again on a crowded plane as the world flies by through my window pane. Caffeine-fueled thoughts fizz and pop in my brain.
As the sun beats back at me from clouds bearing rain.
Wow, that is profound. I think one thing that does occur to me is that you probably need to cut down your caffeine, because if your brain's fizzing and popping, I don't know how many you've had, but that's some heavy dosage.
It also strikes me that that you're leaving your brain, but your body flies by, but your mind and your brain you left them back there. That's what it feels like.
Well, it's about someone who has to fly to commute. So normally you've got up at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
So you have had too much coffee, sure. Keep yourself awake, and then when you're finally on the plane and you want to relax and go to sleep, you can't because you're buzzed, and and you kind of left your brain behind.
Kath Wade, we know it's the person that is Kath Wade. Shout
out to Kath Wade.
Kath Wade's for no man.
Where's Rich Wade? We need to get Rich Wade on. I'm sure he's got some songs that he'd like us to go to town on. Kath, if you do have any particular songs that you'd like us to go to town on, lyrically speaking, then let us know. Similarly, Sarah, if you've got any particular songs. Gwen, if you've got any particular songs, then let us know. But okay, so other than the fact that you're highly caffeinated, arguably a little bit too much, possibly still reeling from the vodka Red Bulls that you were drinking till 4 a.m. But this is also a callback to episode 1 where we discussed the virtues of a very long commute from Barnsley to Berlin. But we need to get to the chorus. So I don't know the next bit. You tell us the next bit, Bob, because you wrote it and you've got the lyrics there. I literally made something up last night.
Barnsley to Berlin. Barnsley to Berlin.
Oh, okay.
I'm going and I know where I've been, but neither are places I've seen in my dreams. I know where I'm going, but I don't understand why my soul's firmly grounded while my body flies high. What have you got?
I know where I'm going, I know where I've been, but neither are places I've seen in my dreams. Barnsley to Berlin, Barnsley to Berlin. There was a whole bit in the middle there that I was racking my brains for ages and I couldn't remember what it was. Okay, it's a beautiful song. It's relatable because
we've all had that 5-hour commute from Barnsley to Berlin, haven't we?
I mean, there's many of us have lived in Berlin, in Barnsley. So commuting from Barnsley to anywhere, Barnsley to London, Barnsley to Huddersfield, it's relatable.
If you timed it right, you could get door to door 5 hours.
I mean, I don't know about timeline with this song, but like it could have even inspired the classic From Paris Berlin, and every disco I get in, my heart is pumping for love. I don't know.
Well, it was originally that gave me the idea.
That gave you the idea.
Listening to that song, like From Paris to Berlin, it's like Paris can't have all this to Berlin stuff going on. Why does Paris own the to Berlin world? Yeah, Barnsley's having a bit of that. Barnsley to Berlin, Paris to Berlin, equivalent. Well,
yeah, I feel like Barnsley's been underrepresented in music culture. I don't feel like I know enough about it. You hear a lot about Berlin and Paris and LA and all these places, but Barnsley, I just don't. So I feel like more relatable, not for me, obviously, but people in Barnsley.
I think the problem is, Callum, most people in Barnsley express their sort of music through brass, and unless you really speak the emotional language of brass, then you wouldn't really understand the rich amount of music that is coming from Barnsley.
I don't know the emotional language of brass. Like, if you were to, how would you sum up the emotion? Just give me an overview of the emotional language of brass. I just would love to know more about that.
Imagine you've just worked 12 hours down a pit, and you come out of the pit.
Carry on.
See sunlight for the first time that day, having gone down the pit in darkness. You come up, you feed an apple to a pit pony, you go to the working men's club, you have your first glass of mild stout, warm, flat, have that little sip. In the corner, the mining brass band suddenly play up. It's just like industrial, it's earthy, it's real, it's what this country was built on. And sadly, you know, it's a dying form of musical expression.
That was beautiful, really beautifully explained. It reminds me of the film Brassed Off with.
Yeah, Brassed Off was set in Barnsley.
Well, there we go. Who's the lead in that? Is it
Pete Postlethwaite?
Yes, Pete Postlethwaite. Yeah.
Bob's uncle.
Really?
We'll have a surname that ends in a Thwaite where I come from. You know, I'm still upset that my name doesn't end in Thwaite, to be honest.
Well, Jim Hustwaite actually derived from Hustthwaite village.
Hustlethwaite, I think it was.
Hufflepuff Thwaite. So, Callum, if you were to, obviously we don't have the original recording of Barnsley to Berlin to play because it's lost in the annals of time. But if you
I've actually got it on my phone.
No, you haven't. If you were to put it to music, Callum, I mean.
Yeah, well, this is a thing. Unbeknownst to you, Bob, I was sent the lyrics. I was sent Jim's version of these lyrics.
Yes.
So it will be a bastardized version, whatever I do.
That's the greatest compliment a musician can have.
The bastardized version. So this would be my take of it, just fresh. I hope my audio will hold up. Alone again on a crowded as the world flies by through my window pane. Caffeine fueled thoughts fizzing pop in my brain. My body flies by. My body flies by. I know where I'm going and I know where I've been. But neither are places that I've seen in my dreams. Barnsley to Berlin. Barnsley to Berlin.
Wow, that was brilliant. It almost makes it turn into a real song as opposed to the version that I did back in 2007.
That's the beauty of this, because I've never heard the music to this, and it just it evokes a real, I don't know, it feels quite somber to me. It really, I mean, plus that's the only kind of music that I can write. So with those things, was just very
It's a
much
shame. It's meant to be the sort of song that you'd get in sort of like a dark room in a banging techno club in Berlin. You've seen a different type of sensitivity and beauty to it that
Yeah.
isn't really there in the original. So that's
I mean,
interesting.
It sounds like a lament as well. It sounds like you've said goodbye to Barnsley because you've had to go and live in Berlin.
this is the thing, and I when I was going through it, I sort of did toy with just whispering the last bit, the Barnsley to Berlin, Barnsley to Berlin. So it's just different flavors that you could add. But as I said, I don't think I uncovered beauty in it. I think the beauty was always there. It just needed to be.
Yeah, it was. It just needed a decent singer-songwriter to bring it out.
Well, maybe we should. I mean, if there's at least one or two people out there that want to hear a new version of Barnsley to Berlin, we could maybe re-record it. Not going all the crap that you guys go through that the average person can't really tell the difference between. After 16 to 25 hours of post-production and all that, just crack it out.
Well, if anybody watching would like to hear a full rendition of Barnsley to Berlin as sung by Callum McIntyre, then let us know in the comments. This obviously is a preview of the season that's coming, and obviously what we're doing is ironing out some technical kinks. One thing I will say is that you two both need to get some headphones, because otherwise we can hear the echo of your speakers in the room. And Callum, yours is intermittently breaking up when you're playing, which was brought a whole new sort of lament to it.
Definitely. I was looking around for some, but couldn't find them.
Wade reckons Brastoff was made in Sheffield.
Oh God!
So,
that's true. It was set in a village between Barnsley and Sheffield.
Right. Okay.
She's thinking of the Full Monty, which was actually set in central Sheffield.
Look,
Brastoff was on the outskirts of Sheffield, which bleeds into the greater metropolis of Barnsley. Those badlands between Sheffield and Barnsley, you're not really sure, is it Sheff, is it Barnsley? Is it Heckman Wyke? Is it, is it
Deanley?
Is it, one of those stupidly villages between them?
If we're already pissing off 50% of our viewership, I think it's not a good it's not a good start. But it's very good that you set everyone straight, Bob.
Yeah, and thanks for bringing that up.
If we're in a post-truth world where we don't want to piss off our customers by, highlighting some facts to them, then
I'm not a panda.
I'm happy to pander. I just didn't know we were doing it from now on. Yeah, Brastoff is a great Sheffield film. It's one of the greatest Sheffield films I've seen. I apologise for my mistake.
I thought it was set in Leeds.
Yeah, but you think Ghostbusters is set in Leeds.
It is. Well, a lot of it was filmed in Leeds. That library, Leeds.
Yeah.
Top of that building, Leeds.
Leeds.
Was the
giant marshmallow fat bloke wandering through
the Doughboy.
Yeah, marshmallow. Yeah, no, it wasn't Doughboy. It was
Puffman.
That was the Stay Puft Marshmallow. It was the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. The Doughboy was I can't remember. But yeah.
But coincidentally, both nicknames of two Leeds men who were out and about most nights.
Absolutely.
That's just real footage.
Callum thinks everything's made in Brighton.
Yeah, I mean it's.
Have you seen London to Brighton? That film, London to Brighton, in the.
Didn't you write a song called London to Brighton, Callum, about a commute that you had to do?
Not yet, but this has given me inspiration to maybe do that. I mean, I haven't been commuting anywhere for a long time, so it may be a while. But what is the film London to Brighton about?
It's about prostitution and paedophilia and pretty harrowing.
It's
about a little girl who has to flee London to Brighton, and the prostitute saves her and takes her to Brighton, and then she gets into some more danger, and then it's
a comedy. It's hilarious.
I think we should just rename this podcast just Bob's Film Review Massacre. I feel like that would be a more
it could be good
title for this one.
It's the new one. Right. Well, I think this is kind of us signing out. We said we'd keep it to 15 to 20 minutes. This is a little preview. So starting soon. We don't know when yet. Maybe next week. Maybe the week after. But JimBob's Music Massacre will be back.
We're back. It'll be better than ever. We'll have headphones.
Yes. And reverb. JimBob's Music Massacre. Get some more sound effects. Another thing I wanted to do is set whether we can play audio.
Yes.
There we go. That's just a little test to see whether we're getting some audio through.
I didn't hear anything.
Did you not? Did you hear something, Callum?
No, I didn't hear anything.
Oh, okay. I thought your reaction meant that you could hear that. Okay, well, it remains to be seen whether it's picked up by video, but it may not be. I wonder if I share screen. Can I share audio as well? Okay, share screen.
I think, let me have a look on what's happening on Facebook, 'cause maybe there is a slight delay.
I can share my screen using this, but
Oh,
it'd be weird because you'd be watching it with a delay. For any of the 4 people watching this, can just confirm, did they hear any music there or not? Just let us know in the comments, because trying to ascertain whether or not it's working playing music.
Is this also getting recorded so it can be watched again?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so there's going to be a few technical kinks. Kath's telling us no, categorically no music was heard. I think you guys will be hearing the music as well, to be honest. So
yeah.
Thanks, Kath.
Thanks, Kath. Right. Technological kinks. So there's 2 other people watching this. Send us a comment. Let us know who you are and what you're doing tonight. Are you stepping out? Are you going to the pub? Are you going to a restaurant? Are you going clubbing? Are you going from Barnsley to Berlin? Or are you just staying in because of lockdown? That's the main reason for us doing this remotely, is partly because it means we don't have to be as organised, but obviously we're respecting the social distancing measures put in place by the British government in order to protect the health and safety and well-being of its citizens. So we're all remote. Barnsley, London, and London. You're in London, aren't you, Callum? Or are you in Brighton?
I'm in
London. So headphones for next week. And
We're going to do it next week.
or week after. Well, we'll plan it. We don't know. But all I will say, wait for it. JimBob's Music Massacre Season 2 coming soon. Soon. That's all I'm gonna say. We've got a suggestion for a song to pull apart.
Oh, great.
Annie Lennox, Walking on Broken Glass.
That's an excellent idea. The notes.
What do you know about the lyrics to that? Are they ridiculous, or?
I'm just trying to get them up.
Let's explore that at a later date.
Yeah, we shouldn't. Yeah, we don't want to ruin it now. Go crazy and do it now. This is we've got some content for next for the first episode. I don't need to prepare, do I, Bob? Cool. Okay, so thanks, Kath. Thanks, Gwen. Thanks, Sarah. And anyone else who's watching, we'll be back soon with an episode of JimBob's Music Massacre. But for now, thank you, Robert Swift, or Bobby Massacado.
Thank you, Jim Hustwit. It's good night from me.
And it's good night from him.
Good night. And also Callum.
Bye.
And thank you as ever, Callum Mackins. Callum, will you come back and do our first ever episode of season 2?
I'll come back, sure.
Yeah. Yes.
Absolutely, yeah. Wouldn't miss it.
Gonna get.
So if the amazing Callum McIntyre is not available, we'll get in touch with you.
Yeah, my magician twin. They shouldn't have named the same thing. It's very confusing, but yeah, I just let you know my fee has gone up since last season, so we can work that out.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah, sure, yeah.
We're willing to pay quadruple what we paid last season, so you know.
Right. Wow.
Yeah, wow. Are we?
I'll invoice you. Yeah, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I mean,
So,
like,
invoice Bob. Cool. All right, guys. Well, so for anyone watching, there will be more music in the next episode. This was literally just a preview test to see how everything's working, but we'll be back at some point with some more JBMM. Stay tuned. If you haven't already, subscribe and like us on Facebook and YouTube, because that's way next time we schedule the first episode of the second season, you will be the first to know. And I probably will overuse that reverb effect.
I don't think it can ever be overused, Jim.
I completely agree. Mandy. Hi, Mandy. Mandy's watching. Top left. That's Kath's nephew, me. Cool. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us. Thank you, everyone else, for watching.
All right, Jim, you've thanked us about 100 times. Just finish it.
All right. I don't want to go. Bye.
Bye.